Your Blackface order will come in a box like this. It gets delivered overnight, and therefore we pack it in a very well insulated box with some polystyrene and ice gel pack just to keep it cool overnight. And just for that extra comfort, some paper shredder. In here we've got a pheasant and a grouse and a partridge. They're all delivered fresh and vacuum packed. A pheasant is no harder to cook than a chicken. In fact, it's one of my daughter's favourite meals. So with these three birds, the pheasant, the partridge and the grouse, I like to cook them pretty much in the same way. But because the pheasant's a bit bigger, I can put in a little bit of onion as well. And then with the rest of the birds, I'll just put a generous knob of butter in as well. So there's onion and butter in the pheasant, and then butter in the grouse, butter in the partridge. Little sprinkle of sea salt and a generous grind of pepper. And last but not least, just draped with some streaky bacon. This will just keep the juices in, and the fat from the bacon will keep it nice and moist. Let me let you in on a little secret here. I like to cook my birds on some fried bread. The secret is really that all the juice from the meat saturates the fried bread, and it just adds a whole new dimension to the meal. Nice and browned. Because the pheasant's the biggest bird, I'm going to put the pheasant in first. It should take about 45 minutes at 240 degrees centigrade. That's the top right of my Aga. Right, so 10 minutes have passed and the pheasant is cooking beautifully. And I'm going to pop the grouse bird in now. And this will take 35 minutes in a temperature of 240 degrees Celsius. Last but not least is the partridge. Ready at the same time. Gorgeous. Now these can rest for about 10 minutes before carving. I'm going to take them out of the pan. So while they're resting, I'll make the gravy. Here they are, still sitting on their fried bread, all saturated with the juices. Call me old-fashioned, but I'm going to leave it to the man of the house to show you how to carve them.
Right, the pheasant, the grouse and the partridge all have similar bone structures, so therefore they carve in the same sort of way. With the grouse and the partridge, you tend to put the whole bird on the plate because it's a one-portion bird. So now I'm just going to carve the pheasant. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is take off the leg, cutting gently through the skin. Then I bend it out with a knife, and that'll expose this joint here where the leg meets the body, and then we cut through that joint like so, and then we carve through the knee joint basically, which is there, which leaves you the drumstick and the cuisse or thigh. So we now move on to the two breasts, and the important thing is to try and cut away from the bone, like so. Run another slither down behind that one at the same angle. what we're trying to do is to cut parallel with the breastbone underneath. The last slice here, you're running up against the breastbone itself. So that gives you 4 or 5 nice slices of breast, which we now layer on the fried bread and the other slices of breast, which gives you, I think, a very hearty snack for two.